It's about $173,000 above the 2011 budget, and that's basically purchase pieces of equipment for the highway department and to do some equipment for the cable TV department. On the revenue side, the taxes are up, tax levy, $109,105 because of the increase in the tax assessment of 1.49. The other area we talked about in the chart that I just showed was sales tax is up $70,000. Some of the concern we have, though, is in our state aid will be reduced by about 20% in 2012 because we lost revenues for the real estate department for the parcels. We lost a continued reduction in the per capita aid and the youth services area. The state isn't funding. Local revenues are down about 3%. And of course, interest income, we reduced down to the 3.5% level, and we don't see any increase for the whole until 2013. The net effect to balance the 2012 budget to keep the tax rate at $2.64, the same rate it was last year and the year before. We are appropriating about $358,000 to balance that budget, $359,000. This is a summary where the budget goes, the appropriations. Here you'll see 66% for personal salaries plus benefits. That's down from 68% in 2011. So that's a 2% reduction in expenditures for 2012. Equipment and capital projects remain pretty steady at 3%. Contractuals remain pretty consistent at 24%. Our town insurance represents 1%. And our debt services remain pretty consistent at 6% every year. On the revenue side, where the dollar comes from, 48% from real property tax, 15% represents sales tax, 9% for state aid, 13% represents local revenues, 7% from government services, 4% from interfund revenues, and 4% from appropriated surplus. As I told you before, the town board likes to maintain a 3-year budget. And we only talk about 2012 only because we have to have that approved in order for us to function for 2012. But we're also looking at 2013. And as you can see, the appropriations from 2012 are up about $650,000. Where is that coming from? Again, employee benefits. We don't anticipate any decrease in the workers' comp. That's been going up at double-digit figures for the last 3 years, and we don't anticipate any decrease in that area. The retirement, as you saw in the paper, has gone up from 16.9 to 18.9. We anticipate it's not going to go down any. It'll probably go up. And medical insurance, hopefully we're at the consortium, we'll be able to maintain the 3%, but we won't know because our contract will end in 2013, and then we'll have to renegotiate with the medical insurance people. We anticipate that that will be going up. We held the line for contractual pretty much. It's the area where we've added some additional funds is in the transfer to the general fund, to the reserve fund, to build up the general reserve in order for us to be able to fund the capital projects for the Parks Department, in order for us to do the repairs to our buildings. So we do have to replenish that in 2013 and another increase in 2014. The net effect here, again, we talked about our 2013 budget with a 2% increase in the assessment growth each year for 2013 and 14. with a 2% increase in the tax rate and a 1.85% increase in the tax rate for 2014. The other main revenue source is our sales tax, and we have budgeted the same as we did in 2012 each year. To net effect of balancing our 2013 budget, we will be appropriating $303,200 to balance the budget in 2013, and then it goes down quite a bit, about 50% less, about $170,400 for 2014. Excuse me. When we take a look at our fund balance from 2011 at $2,133,000, we are going to be appropriating approximately $359,000. And then in 2013, another $303,000, and in 2011, which I just mentioned, $170,400. This will bring our fund balance to approximately $1,300,000. And our investment companies, such as Mooney Investors, Standards & Poor's, have recommended that our fund balance remain between 9 to 15%. And we are there in order for us to maintain our AA rating, AA2. So we're trying to keep at that level, so when we have to borrow money for some of the sewer projects that was presented today, that will save us in the interest by keeping our fund balance at the levels that these investment companies want us to keep it at. Then we have the General Reserve Fund. This was the one that we talked about in a later slide to fund our capital projects for the repairs of our buildings, to fund the automobiles for some of our staff in the Parks Department, and also the sidewalk projects. And in 2012, we'll be transferring $80,000 from the general fund into this reserve fund, which will leave us about $80,000 in 2012. 2013, we'll be adding $150,000, which will bring us to about $66,000. And in 2014, with an increase of another $50,000 to $200,000, will bring it up to $91,000, which should be sufficient to fund any of the major projects that happen to our buildings. If we need roof repair or some plumbing issues.
Before you move on, Bob, I would just go back for 2000 balance as of 12/31/13. That's 55 versus 66. It's a little distorted on the screen, as I think as you look at it and as we look at it, but as we take a look at the actual numbers, 55,941.
I don't want you. I'm sorry.
So if we take a look at you had mentioned that the 66 and it's actually I apologize, Bob. I'm a slide ahead of you.
Okay.
I apologize.
I think you're talking about this one. Yeah.
I am.
That's hard to read.
Yeah.
You know.
Sorry. I got ahead of my blockers. Okay. I'm always criticizing
There's a lot
you
of
guys,
numbers.
And so I got ahead of my blockers. I apologize.
Is that a 66?
55.
55, okay.
Yes.
Okay. Doesn't come out very well. I have to address that issue next time we make this presentation. But that's right.
For all us old guys, we're going to have it 18 font.
Okay. Good. Now, we're also talking about our 2012 special district tentative budgets. First is the drainage district, and here you see that the 2012 drainage district rate is $3.75 per unit, or $37.50 per homeowner. This will be the same tax levy as it was in 2011. The water district, the 2012 budget includes payment for debt service for the Thomas Cove and Consolidated Water Districts. The last payment was completed for the East Penfield Water District in this year, 2011. The 2012 budget will be less than a penny per thousand, or an average charge of 53 cents per average homeowner in the townwide consolidated water district. This is a reduction from 2011 of $2.47. The Thomas Coldwater District will pay $1.33 per thousand, or $199.50 per homeowner, and this will be a reduction for them from 2011 of $15.99. In the lighting district, the 2012 budget for townwide lighting district is 6.6 cents per thousand, or $9.90 per average homeowner, which is the same as 2011. The budget for the intensified lighting district is $26.28. This tax levy is 51 cents more than our 2011 tax levy. Our sewer district 2012 tentative budget, the 2012 unit charge for sewer operation and maintenance is $39.64 per residential home, which is an increase of about 13 cents from the 2011 tax levy. The 2012 unit charge for the sewer debt service is $68.61. This is a $1.57 increase over the 2011 tax levy. Now we have two ambulance districts, one the Penfield Ambulance District, and that rate is 3.4 cents per thousand. The average home will pay $5.10. This will be a decrease of 19 cents from the 2011 tax levy. The second ambulance district is our Northeast Quadrant. Will pay 1.5 cents per thousand approximately. And the average home will pay $2.10 during 2012. This is a 13-cent decrease from the tax levy in 2011. Now, when we look at our 2012 budget calendar, the supervisor presented tonight, the 2012 tentative budget. From September 7th through October 12th, there's a public comment period. October 5th, 2011, we'll have the public hearing on the 2012 preliminary budget. And then the town board will adopt the 2012 budget on October 19th, 2011.
Okay. Mr. Beedon, thank you very much. I'm going to give you an opportunity to catch your breath, wet your whistle, and I would just like to reiterate I really appreciate all the effort that has gone into this 2012 tentative budget. This 2012 tentative budget will become our preliminary budget. We'll hold that public hearing on October 5th. Later this evening, there will be a resolution that will be establishing that public hearing. Bob will have an opportunity to go through a similar presentation, maybe not quite to the detail, but certainly we'll have the opportunity to go through this presentation again and take any public comments, good or otherwise, as we finish putting the finishing touches on the 2012 budget. So I would like to recognize Bob Beedon, our Comptroller, all of our department heads, and all the hard work in support of this town board for presenting this 2012 tentative budget to our residents of Penfield. And again, as a reminder, this presentation tonight, as well as the budget itself, will be up online. So for those of you that leave here tonight and would like to get online and take a look at this in more detail, or if you're at home and would like to take a look at that, please log on and you'll have all of the details of the 2012 tentative budget. So